And hello everybody, welcome back to the video. Today, we're back in another Heat-like map. Somehow, I missed Parkour Spiral 2. I don't know how I missed this map, if I'm being honest, but, yeah, this one should be pretty fun. I think the record's like 7 minutes or something. Here, let me just pull this thing up real quick. Record is 7 minutes and 2 seconds. If I beat it in faster than 11 minutes S rank, 20 minutes A rank, 40 minutes B rank, etc. Based off of how I've done lately on these maps, I am likely to get an A rank, I think, so probably within 20 minutes, but we'll see. Maybe it'll take me longer. That's so trippy. Alright, anyway. That was really weird. Okay, let's do this. I'm pretty excited. It's been a sec since I've gotten the chance to play He-like maps since... whoops. Oh, that opened the doors. Only for a limited time, though. I don't know where I was jumping to. I just kind of jumped. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this map overall, since, you know, I really enjoyed Parkour Spiral 1. All of the Parkour Helix maps I really enjoyed, even though they were made by a different map creator. But yeah, just overall, should be quite a bit of fun. Woo, portal! Very trippy. I mean, yeah, like just, like I really enjoy these. They're just kind of relaxing, pretty easy. I mean, I enjoy a map with a good challenge occasionally, but it's also really nice to play a map that's just kind of easy and relaxing. I feel like I've said before both that I prefer harder and easier maps at different points in time. I think it's more of just you need a good mix of both to kind of balance each other out. Like, I think if you play too many hard maps, then you hit a point where you're a bit overwhelmed with playing difficult maps and, you know, being in situations where one mistake can ruin your entire run and just stuff like that. But then I also think if you don't play enough hard maps, then you get into a point where, like, all you really know how to do is the easy maps, and then when, for example, you're in an easy map and bump into a slightly hard jump, then it's more likely to catch you up and knock you off guard. Also, just in general, having a challenge sometimes can be nice. And part of what will make easy maps fun sometimes is the seeing your growth from having played more difficult maps. I don't know. Where? To here, maybe? Wait, I can just jump to here. I was looking at the slime blocks, like, wait, where in the world am I supposed to go? I still get lost sometimes, but that's fine. For whatever reason, these spiral He-likes sorts of maps really get me lost sometimes. Like, not all the times, but just every once in a while, I get really lost on them. Ow. What? Question mark? Oh, there we go. That was really weird and really distorting. I feel like because a lot of stuff like that, it's really difficult to get S rank on these maps on your first try. Just because S rank's kind of set up to be like, I think pretty much as fast as you can go without taking shortcuts and stuff like that. Like, not quite, but, you know, somewhere around there where you have to go really fast if you're not taking shortcuts to hit S rank. So, like, it's not the sort of thing where it's really easy to hit S rank on a map like this on your first try. That was not where I was supposed to go. I need to get further up first. Whoa. Trippy. Okay. Now we go to here and come back around. There we go. Yeah. I also find it funny, like, what was it? Right. Like, I had somebody say something once about how, like, they got a faster time than I did on a map, and, you know, something about how, like, don't worry, they're just better at me because they're a parkour pro or whatever. And, like, the interesting thing about it was, like, I went to their channel and checked their time for some of the maps and stuff. And, like, at first I was like, oh my goodness, this person, you know, is definitely better than me, you know. And, you know, like, when I see something like that, I like to then take a look and try to figure out what they're doing better than me, what I can learn from it to improve. And then I looked at their Parkour Spiral run and realized that they were recording a take different than their first take on the map. And I don't know, something about that just made it really funny to me that they talked up their skill and weren't even running their first attempts on maps. I don't know, it was just kind of amusing to me. I was a little disappointed though, because I was hoping to learn something from it. But, you know, it is what it is. But there's just something so funny about that. Especially considering the fact, like, the time they had for the map was like 50 minutes. And I get that there's a decent chance that for their first run they weren't, you know, like, full on going at it. Like, there's a chance they got up to get a drink or whatever and weren't, you know, super concerned about it and just left it, like, in the inventory or whatever. But still, just the fact that it wasn't their first run that they recorded. Like, there's something about it to me that, like, I kind of take pride in the fact that I show my first run for every map I play. I feel like it gives a much more genuine feeling of, you know, the map and stuff like that. Like, I think that if you make a point of playing a map beforehand, then you're not giving a good representation of what the map's actually like. Like, you might give people a better idea on how to beat the map, but you're not giving a good representation of the map itself, because you're giving a representation of what the map's like from the standpoint of someone that's already beat it, which, in my opinion, is significantly different. Whereas I'm more concerned with it about, like, showing what the map's like if you're just going to come through and play it. And, you know, making good content on it and stuff like that. And I feel like if I've played through the map before, it makes it really ungenuine. And, like, I don't say this to diss anyone that doesn't play through it on their first try. That's just why I prefer to do it the way I do it. And everybody has their own take. And, you know, my way's not necessarily right. Their way isn't necessarily wrong. They're just kind of different. But yeah, it's kind of amusing to me, somebody that talks smack and then you find out something like that. And, like, they could very well still be better at parkour than me. I'm not saying I'm better than them just because they don't record their first take on maps. But, like, it's one of those things where I don't think you should be talking smack unless you're willing to reveal your abilities at a weaker point, right? Like if you're only willing to show your best runs, then you probably shouldn't be talking smack about people that play their first runs, for example. Anyway, I don't know. It's I mostly just talk about it because I find it really interesting, and part of it's just, you know, as per usual when I talk about stuff like this, I don't particularly know what the right answer is for that, but, you know, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I wonder how far up we are. Still quite a few more spirals to go, but we are pretty high up. Not all that much more to go. The other interesting thing is, like, I've also had people suggest stuff like, oh, maybe you should put an intro in your content or whatever. But, like, and that's something that I've very well considered doing before, and I've actually had an intro set up to possibly use before, though the music ended up being copyrighted, so I didn't end up using it. It was still really nice for Riptide to make it for me, but, yeah. Where was I? Right. Like, I don't think that, something like an intro would necessarily improve my content, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like part of what makes my content what it is that it's really kind of raw and unrefined, and, you know, you kind of get my thoughts on stuff, you know, without going through a filter, and it's not necessarily the best method, and, you know, one day if I get a, you know, stable, good editor, then I might, go more in on edited content and stuff like that as my general content, but I don't know. There's something about just the unedited content that really appeals to me for some reason. Like, the only time that there's cuts, it's, you know, kind of hard cuts in between, you know, stuff that, to cut out stuff that's not important and stuff like that. Like, there's something about that that kind of appeals to me in a weird way. Like, I don't think it's the ideal form of content or anything, but I do think that it's kind of what I enjoy making right now, and, you know, that's what I'm mostly concerned about. And then, obviously, the other main concern is what, you know, my fans are enjoying, and for the most part, you know, we've been seeing a lot more success and stuff like that lately, so I'm really happy with how things are going. So yeah. And, like, a change to a more fast-paced, edited content could definitely be something that my channel sees in the future. But part of the problem is like, pretty much anybody I've ever had try edit for me besides Riptide, like, I haven't really gotten more than a video out of them before they're just kind of done with it, right? And then, you know, in the case of Riptide, he has other stuff that he wants to do besides obviously just editing for me. So yeah, like, I don't know. It's definitely stuff that I feel like is better for me to be looking at once I hit the point that I'm possibly making money. Oh, well, that's toxic. Let's just catch the fall damage. Alright, we can go back up. So go. So yeah, like, I don't think that having an editor, from my experience, is something that really works before there's money involved and people are getting paid and stuff like that. And then also, I don't really enjoy editing myself. So as a result, it's hard for me to, you know, make highly edited videos, even if that was what I was interested in doing. Oops. So, you know, there's some stuff like that. But also part of the deal is I also just really like posting a video every day. There's something about that mindset of like every day working on it and getting a video out, continuing to, you know, pursuing where I want to go every single day that really appeals to me. And so as a result, you know, just from that standpoint, I don't really want to switch to content that might be more like every other day or anything like that. Because every time I've tried to make a change like that in the past, I've lost a lot of my motivation very quickly. We made it to the end. Thanks for playing. Yeah, thanks for making the map you like, man. How fast did we go? I want to see my ranking. 14 minutes and 41 seconds. A rank. Yep, that's where I figured I'd be. I was only a couple minutes away from S rank that time. I think either I'm getting better or I just have been playing easier he-like maps. One of the two. I'm pretty sure the new one's supposed to come out here in a month or two that they have planned. Anyway, guys, I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Really helps the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.